I am woman, I am fearless, I am sexy, I'm divine, I'm unbeatable, I'm creative, honey, you can get it in life.
Welcome back. My name is Pel Motlhabane. Friends, it's been really busy out here in the court streets. We have seen the past couple of days occupied by Nandipha Magudumana, the doctor, applying for bail, and the state coming back with a very, very strong case to oppose that application. And I must say I was very, very impressed with the state because I felt like they brought a very solid case to back up their position to oppose bail. In her application for this bail, I've picked quite a few parts which for me were quite jaw-dropping and not in a good way. I was confused. I kept even wondering if we are following the same case. When the defense read paragraph 8 of her application, which outlines circumstances around the doctor's alleged abduction or kidnapping, which I found that is very, very ludicrous. The following excerpts were included, and I just picked the statements that I thought were really, really outrageous. She said, I was instructed and commanded by accused number 5 to get into a vehicle and leave the premises to a destination that was unknown to me at the time. Accused number 5 here is Thabo Bester. The applicant, which is Dr. Nandipha, is accused number 4, just to be clear. She goes on to say, I refused, but he forced me into the vehicle. I succumbed to the pressure due to the threats that he directed at me. I was helpless, defenseless, with no one to turn to at the time. You just imagine that. I complied to his instructions and I was taken out of the country against my will. Those were the few statements that to me was like, huh? These were the statements that were brought forward to support her claim that she was kidnapped when she left the country. Just bearing in mind, this is the same applicant that a couple of weeks ago was in the courthouse with this alleged abductor, accused number 5. They were sitting together, huddled together. They just fell short of, they were showing quite a lot of affection in full view of the country. Then she turns around and she says, I was helpless and defenseless. It's not very believable. For days following that joint court appearance, they were trending as Bonnie and Clyde because of how they seemed to be so in love while they were in the courthouse together. I mean, quite honestly, I think her legal team is very questionable too. You mean to tell me none of them was able to see how her claims are contradicting her actions and be able to advise her better? However, it was also very impressive that the state prosecutor used the very same claims to show exactly how the doctor should be denied bail. First and foremost, the state pointed out that the applicant is actually in a relationship with accused number 5, whom she claims was her abductor. I think that was a very important point to point out because this woman literally left her home. She left her marriage. She left her 2 minor kids for this man. So how does she turn around and say the same man kidnapped her after going to so much lengths to break this man out of prison? It seems very absurd. Well, now back to the affidavit that was presented by the state. I thought it was just right on point. It was on the money. It clearly articulated all her actions, all the actions that she took in her personal capacity, all the actions that literally left the whole community, including the country, shocked. While her and accused number 5 are in a relationship, accused number 2 is her father. Accused number 9 was her gardener. The other lot were just employees, where her convicted boyfriend was incarcerated, serving a life sentence. So this was not like a situation where strangers found themselves on the same boat, but they didn't know why they were there. It wasn't like that. Accused 4 and 5, they put this team together. Everyone seemed to know exactly what their specific role was in this whole thing. And the play-by-play from the state's affidavit showed all the parts that she played. And they did that quite well. On the 7th of April 22, she collected and claimed an unclaimed body, claiming that it was her father. Who does that? I mean, who kills her own father while her father was at home? But upon digging where she supposedly buried the body, there was no one there, only rotten meat in the casket. The 23rd of April, she went again to claim another body. You know, this woman, like, that's a lot. This time she went with accused number 9, her gardener. They claimed another body. 3rd of May, a body was smuggled into cell 35. 5th of May, the doctor and her father tried to claim the body, the charred body from cell number 35. They said it was her partner, who had no other relatives. But before they could get the body released for cremation, the police received a post-mortem report saying the cause of death was not the burning. It was blunt trauma to the head, and there were no signs of smoke inhalation. So at that point, they intercepted the release of the body for cremation. So that's how everything started to fall apart. Fast forward to March 2023, media articles come out circulating showing the applicant with her boyfriend accused number 5, they were at Woolworths, living the good life. Investigations also show that she drove all the way to fetch accused number 5 from KZN. They rented a house where they were both signatories on the lease. They traveled together to Cape Town, where they were seen visiting a salon. I mean, these people were living. All of this with someone who you felt very helpless and defenseless with. Really. And then the other part that I felt was very, very strong from the state's affidavit was where they pointed out that accused number 4, which is the applicant, Dr. Nandipha, she has further criminal charges that have been lodged against her to the tune of millions. Millions. And all of these were fraud related. And if found guilty, she was going to face quite a long time in jail. She could be a flight risk. I mean, really, who wouldn't want to run? Let's talk, my friends. What is your take on this doctor's plea for bail? Personally, I've never seen a more shrewd woman. Like, she is shrewd. She went and plugged a man serving a life sentence and placed him right back into the public. Talk about defeating the ends of justice. Wow. What are your thoughts, my friends? I'll see you again very soon. Like and hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.